Hello, fighters, survivors, and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is Thankful Thursday, and I am thankful for clouds. Today was a cloudy day in the City of Angels, which is rare. But I took a moment to just look up. And clouds are so beautiful, You can see all kinds of formations and how you think clouds feel, how you think about what it would feel like to touch them or lay down on them like a bed or a big huge pillow. I like to find pictures in the clouds. And last year at this time, almost this time, May 9th, my sister passed away. My sister had struggled her whole life with the repercussions of childhood leukemia. She was diagnosed when she was 12, and then she relapsed, and her life was forever compromised. And the day that she passed, I went on my balcony and I looked up, and I have the picture. I'm gonna post it. And there were all these clouds, like in a circle, like a formation, and then an opening. There was literally an opening. And I called my children, and I'm like, look at this. It's amazing. That's the opening. That's my choice. That's what I believe it was. It was an opening for my sister and her welcoming to the heavens and becoming an eternal angel until we meet again. I thought about that today, looking up at the clouds. And there's beauty in that. There's beauty in that transition, however painful and agonizing. And tragic. There's still beauty in the transition of life. So I decided to do a post about the clouds, and I was thinking, like, what about clouds? So let's talk about clouds. And who better to talk about clouds than NASA? NASA knows. So I looked up nasa.gov, and this is titled, "What are clouds?" A cloud is made of water drops or ice crystals floating in the sky. There are many kinds of clouds. Clouds are an important part of the Earth's weather. How do clouds form? The sky can be full of water, but most of the time you can't see the water. The drops of water are too small to see. They have turned into a gas called water vapor. As the water vapor goes higher in the sky, the air gets cooler. The cooler the air causes the water droplets to start to stick to things like bits of dust, ice, or sea salt. That's cool. What are some types of clouds? Clouds get their names in two ways. One way is by where they are found in the sky. Some clouds are high up in the sky. Low clouds form closer to Earth's surface. In fact, low clouds can even touch the ground. These clouds are called fog. Middle clouds are found between low and high clouds. Another way clouds are named is by their shape. Cirrus clouds are high clouds. They look like feathers. Cumulus clouds are middle clouds. These clouds look like giant cotton balls in the sky. Those are my favorite. Stratus clouds are low clouds. They cover the sky like bed sheets. Oh, those are pretty. They're all actually really pretty, but those cotton balls, I love those. What causes rain? Most of the water in clouds is in very small droplets. The droplets are so light that they float in the air. Sometimes those droplets join with other droplets. Then they turn into larger drops. When that happens, gravity causes them to fall to earth. We call the falling water drops rain. When the air is colder, the water may form snowflakes instead. Freezing rain, sleet, or even hail can fall from clouds. Why does NASA study clouds? Clouds are important for many reasons. Rain and snow are two of those reasons. At night, clouds reflect heat and keep the ground warmer. During the day, clouds make shade that can keep us cooler. Studying clouds helps NASA better understand Earth's weather. NASA uses satellites in space to study clouds. NASA also studies clouds on other planets. Mars has clouds that are like the clouds on Earth, but other planets have clouds that aren't made of water. For example, Jupiter has clouds made of a gas called ammonia. 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 Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. What are clouds? 5 to 8. This is by grade. So that was the 4 to 8 one. We did the really basic description about clouds. But I thought that was really good. So, yeah, that's what clouds are. Now, how clouds work. This is interesting too. Science.howstuffworks.com. Clouds have many effects on our climate besides simply hurling down hail and covering us in snow. For example, they serve as barriers for heat moving both in and out of Earth's atmosphere. Researchers estimate that clouds' current net effect on our planet's atmosphere is to cool it slightly. This is, however, something researchers are examining closely as part of our efforts to gather information on possible climate change. It's very important. Clouds generally affect the temperature in two ways. Over the surface of the planet, clouds reflect up about 20% of the incoming heat back into space. Clouds, water vapor, and other atmospheric gases also absorb about 20% of this incoming solar radiation. Low-level clouds reflect the greatest amount of heat, which is why we enjoy cooler temperatures during a cloudy day. Conversely, a cloudy night is warmer than a cloudless night because clouds also create a blanketing effect. Clouds partially absorb outgoing heat, such as the heat released in the evenings as the ground cools, and re-radiate a portion of that heat back towards the Earth's surface. High-level clouds typically absorb this outgoing heat. Clouds regularly help shift dust, bacteria, and other particles throughout the planet's surface. Clouds carry dust at a rate much faster than you think. Our estimate puts the amount of dust moving from Africa to a portion of the Amazon basin in South America at about 13 million tons annually. Wow. One estimate puts the amount of dust moving from Africa to a portion of the Amazon basin in South America at about 13 million tons annually. Fascinating. Unfortunately, too much dust in the atmosphere can decrease the amount of rain that falls on a region. This is thought to be due to the fact when raindrops form by lots of nucleators. Yeah, I think that's right. Nucleators. These drops grow smaller and are therefore less prone to fall. So if a region has a lot of dust in the air, it likely will receive less rain. This can contribute to desertification. Desertification, where local climate slowly changes to desert, and is one of the factors scientists believe is behind the landscape changes around Central Africa. Oh, I see. And is one of the factors scientists believe is behind the landscape changes around Central Africa. Wow. That's fascinating. I knew nothing about what we just read, the purpose of clouds. So that's our description and our purpose. And then this one is really interesting. It's called Cloud Appreciation, the pleasure of watching the sky go by. And I like to just lay down sometimes, on a grassy area or in a park on a blanket and just look up, watch the clouds. So this is irishtimes.com. One of the striking effects of people's confinement to their local areas during the COVID-19 pandemic has been a growing appreciation of the natural world around us. Nature organizations across the world have responded by helping people to identify birds, flowers, trees, and insects in their gardens, backyards, or nearby green spaces. People have also shared on social media beautiful images of the sky at different times of the day, often marveling at the absence of aircraft streaks of smoke across blue skies or cutting through various cloud formations. It's true. Reading a poem. First, the Irish Cloud Appreciation Society has noticed a substantial increase in page views on its website since COVID-19. Did you know that there was a Cloud Appreciation Society? It's very interesting. The society, founded by food writer Sally McKenna and life skills teacher Hans Wieland in 2010, encourages people to look to the clouds as a means of de-stressing. Reading a poem. Wieland says that watching the clouds is like reading a poem. Initially, he watched clouds to understand the weather patterns, but over time, he watched them for pure enjoyment. Collecting clouds is a great de-stressing activity in these wretched times. I and others use the small booklet from the Cloud Appreciation Society called the Cloud Collector's Handbook. It is like collecting stamps, and there's also a Cloud Spotter app where you can collect clouds and get points for each one. Who knew? Hi, Debbie. How are you, love? Nice to see you. Writing notes. He says that during the COVID-19 pandemic, members of the society have been writing notes of their appreciation for the daily cloud email he sends out. One member said that one bright spot in their day is that their family is symptom-free, and another is the daily cloud a day email, which is a beautiful respite in the world today. Wow. We might have to join this. Another said that the email brings warmth, comfort, and beauty into their day, while another thanked me for making them look up in a time of looking down. Oh, that's beautiful. And then it says, if you consider the shapes you see in clouds, it will save you money on psychoanalysis bills. There's nothing more stimulating or more nourishing to an active, inquiring mind than to be surprised or amazed by stepping outside and paying attention to what is so commonplace that most people miss it. It's true. It's a part of nature that comes to us, even from a window. The sky gives you the opportunity to shift your perspective and connect with nature without going anywhere. It's really interesting because I share with my clients or people that I'm mentoring or coaching, I'm like, don't forget to look up. Don't forget to look up. It's full of beauty and life, and it's just like this whole world when you look up, but we forget to look up. We're so used to looking down. I always say, look up, look forward, and just see everything around you, because we forget to do it. Clouds are for dreams, and contemplation of them benefits the soul. If you consider the shapes you see in clouds, it will save you money on psychoanalysis bills. I like that. Psychoanalysis. Analysis. They say he's saying psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis bills. Okay, we got it. It's been a long day. Psychoanalysis bills. He's probably right. Pretor Piney readily acknowledges that you're not going to change the world by lying on your back and gazing up at the sky. However, he believes that the very pointlessness of cloud watching is precisely why it is so important. The digital world conspires to make us feel perpetually busy, and sometimes we need an excuse for doing nothing. Cloud spotting legitimizes doing nothing. It's true. Ultimately, no one is asking you to change the world while you're watching the clouds. It is simply an opportunity to take time out where you can let your imagination fly away. Who knows, the experience might even be a spark of a radical idea or a creative impulse. Absolutely. Not very good, Debbie. What's going on? What's going on, my love? So yeah, you can be inspired by the clouds, and you can, like I'm talking about the visualization, I just like to also do with my children. I'm like, okay, what do you see in that cloud? Or, can you see this in this cloud? And it's fun. It's fun to like see what other people see and then share what you're seeing. And sometimes you're seeing the same thing. And sometimes it brings back a memory. And sometimes it like inspires you to, create something. So I completely agree with that. Now, this is the last one I'm going to share with you, and this is simplemindfulness.com. I really like this website. So, the title is Thoughts and Emotions Are Clouds. On your next walk, think of your thoughts and emotions as little puffy clouds in the sky. The vast open blueness of the sky is you, your essence, your true self. Endless. As a thought or a feeling comes up, put its name on a cloud and watch that cloud float away. No judgment. The thoughts and feelings aren't good or bad. They just are. They're not permanent. They aren't who you are. You are the backdrop for them. You aren't connecting to them. It's your choice to focus on them and make them grow into thunderclouds, or to let them drift by or dissipate as the little puffy clouds they are. Realizing that we are not our thoughts and emotions is free. Realizing that we are not our thoughts and emotions is very freeing. Third time. Realizing that we are not our thoughts and emotions is very freeing. Yes, we are not our thoughts and our emotions. It's very freeing just to let those go, and that's why we meditate. We are free to choose. Others don't make us feel or do anything. Consciously or subconsciously, we are always making choices about how to act or react. Taking on that responsibility is very freeing. We are no longer a victim. We are free to choose our own experiences of the world. I love that. It's beautiful. Taking on that responsibility is very freeing. We're no longer a victim. We are free to choose our own experiences of the world. So those of you that are in treatment right now, this is really beautiful. I'm gonna add this link, and just read this over to yourself. Read this and pick those clouds and attach a feeling or a vision or maybe something that you need to get rid of, and just let that cloud float away. Let the clouds that fill you up and fill up your dreams and your emotions and how you visualize yourself with health and happiness and being whole. You could put that on one cloud and just let that float away. Just let it flow into the universe so that it can manifest. And for those things that you want to get rid of, that stress and anxiety and fear, just put that in the cloud and just let that go. And just let that float away forever. Allow yourself some inner peace, some serenity, and float with those clouds. Yeah. Oh, Debbie, not very good. You just got really sick home from the hospital. I'm going to reach out with you, my love. Reach out to you as soon as I'm done with this. I'd love to hear what's going on with you. I'm very sorry to hear that you have not been feeling well. So, my Thankful Thursday is about the clouds. Not only how they work, but how they make us feel, how we feel when we look at them, and how they can encourage us to be creative when we look at them, or acknowledge feelings by looking at them, or letting something go, or letting something become. Create. The clouds are there. Obviously, for reasons that have nothing to do with the spiritual connection that we can have if we allow ourselves. I love the clouds when there's the sunset and they're looking so pink, especially those cotton candy ones. Oh, puffy. It's so beautiful, so calming, so comforting. You see divine in that. You see divinity in that. You see God in that, your higher power, the universe. You see that, you feel it. So don't forget to look up. Don't forget about how amazing you are. Don't forget that you are an eternal being. Don't forget that you have superpowers. You just have to tap into them. Don't forget how powerful you are and how you are so loved, and that you have greatness within. Fighters, survivors, and thrivers, I keep you in my prayers every single day. And I thank you for joining me and supporting me and allowing me to serve you. It's such an honor. And to my sister, who just, floated her way through that opening in the clouds peacefully. She's in the hands of God, and I feel her every day. And I'm grateful for the clouds. I'm thankful for the clouds. I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I am whole. One more time. I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. Thank you so much for joining me.